Hey folks, we're back. Welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. I've had a lovely dinner, or lunch, or whatever it would be at this time of day. It's technically dinner. But who knows, we'll have supper later on. Alright, we're back on. Elden Ring is back, and I'm pretty sure this button should now work properly. Yep, perfect. Okay, so, to continue, Albi Spellin is currently level 150. We are at Radagon and Elden Beast, and I am hopeful to complete this playthrough today so that we can start our next one, because the next one's going to be really fun. The next weapon in the list is our first DLC weapon, the Ancient Meteoric Ore Greatsword. So I'm looking forward to getting to that. First, before we go in to fight Radagon, I want to try and get a couple of other golden seeds just to make it as easy as possible for us to beat those two bosses. So we gotta try and figure out where I have not gotten golden seeds from. I'll tell you one that I always miss, and it's the one in the courtyard in Raya Lucaria, because these days I kind of speedrun my way through Raya Lucaria and don't do a great deal of the side areas, and so there's got to be one past here, because when I came back here I don't think I got it. So that might get us one additional flask, because I already have 3 golden seeds around. How was the cottage pie, Ginger? With barbecue sauce as well. Very nice. Very nice. There it is. Wonderful. Love to see it. There's also a glintstone crown over here, which I don't think is especially useful to me, because I think this is the one that gives me, like, a massive decrease in stamina, which I would prefer not to have, you know. Every time the Iron Version rolls around to look at you, it's a little ominous. We'll just dodge out of the way of him, or her, or it. And we'll head back to the debate parlor. I think now we should be able to get one more flask, and that'll get us either 7 and 5 or 8 and 4 on our flask ratio, which is marginally better. And from there, it's quite difficult to get hold of a ton of golden seeds, especially since I think the last couple of upgrades might require 5. I think at this point there are fewer of them just dotted around in the world, and it's a lot more about, like, going and beating bosses that drop them, like the Ulcerated Tree Spirit in Fringe Folk Hero Grave, or, like, there's a couple of other tree spirits around. I don't think there are many golden seeds in, like, Snowfield or Mountaintops that I didn't get. So I think for now we'll go with... Yeah, it needs 5 for the next one. We'll go with 8 and 4. Because I think I'm going to try fighting Radagon more physically. Like, use the Ripple Blade a little bit. Because a lot of the sorceries that I'm specializing in are slow. But then we'll be able to beat the Elden Beast with some of the spell casting stuff. That is my hope. So we'll head back to the Elden Throne and we'll give this a go. Yeah, the one under Stormveil drops a golden seed too, but I need 5 for the next upgrade, so I will need to do a little bit of hunting in that case. We could also maybe activate some of the other great runes, because I have Radagon's and Morgott's. I'm pretty sure Radagon's gives you an increase to stamina as well as health, and then Morgott's just gives you health. So those could be worth having, but then I don't have that many rune arcs. I've got like 8. So, still just got Godfrey's Great Rune for now. Email doesn't let you know when a streamer is on Twitch. Yeah, that's a little annoying when that happens. Not a great start. Okay, also not a great start. I forget he has a follow-up swing to that. Yeah, okay. Just getting comfortable here. The other possibility is that we Wondrous Physic and we get as much chipped off of him with Comet Azure as we can, and then we've basically ditched the Wondrous Physic right away. I can maybe get a couple of spells in early as well, and Oracular Bubble works if he doesn't block it, but he is quite good at blocking projectiles. And, like, I think backup plan... Yeah, he's gonna... That's the really annoying thing about Radagon, is that where a lot of the other enemies in the game won't, like, notice projectiles, once you've finished your casting animation, he just straight up parries a lot. Like, he parries and riposts. So that's not going to go great for me, I think. So slow casting speed, not the best opener. Okay. So my weapon is as upgraded as it can be, reasonably speaking. Like, plus 24 is as high as I want it to go, because we're only allowing the main weapon for the run to be plus 25. Stars of Ruin is good, but it consumes a lot of FP, and I need to be a little bit more measured about how I use my FP in this fight. We've got somebody dressed as Radagon over there. Excuse me. Somebody dressed as Radagon who straight up died in front of this. I thought I'd done enough poise damage that maybe I was going to get a stagger at some stage, but I think that's gone now. Forgot how many combos this guy has. It's quite a lot. Yeah. Albie got a fancy new outfit? He did. Albie went to the round table hold in real life. We have not got a great deal of Spirit Ashes, but we do have the Mimic Tier. And a lot of the ashes did get a buff in the most recent patch that basically allows them to last for longer without being staggered. Mimic Tier did not get that, but Mimic Tier also just mimics whatever you have, so... I also need to see what I've got in terms of upgrade materials. I have a decent amount, but we're missing a couple, so if we wanted to get the Mimic Tier all the way up, then we could. Not a bad Stars of Ruin to open. The freaking Zeus Thunderbolts are a menace. The dodge window for those is kind of tight sometimes. Like, a lot of the time I react to him throwing it instead of reacting to where it would hit. And that's the difference in the timing. Okay. Okay, that one got me. Need to roll towards him. Remember to roll towards him. Ow. Void Mirror! Thank you so much for the 25 months. Can't believe it's been this long. I know, right? So the other alternative we could employ here is, I know where the Albinauric ashes are. And it would be really funny to use those because of our character canonically being an Albinauric. So if we go up here, I'm pretty sure they're like behind this spot. So we could upgrade those. I feel like the Mimic tier is maybe going to give us a better chance. We have 1, 3, 4, 5, 9, and 10, basically. So I think one of the best places to go for these is Shifra River and Worshipper's Woods, which I didn't explore too thoroughly because we didn't really do much of Rani's whole quest line beyond just getting the Finger Slayer Blade and stuff. So I need to remember where Glovewort 2s are. Excuse me. Because you get the first one from the entrance to this place. I think you get the second one... Is it this? Yeah, okay, cool. So now we've got everything up to +5. So if we go up to Ancestral Woods... What's up, small cats? It is Elden Ring time. I'm on the path to getting some stuff that's going to help me beat the final boss, so we can end this playthrough and move on. That's 4. Okay. There's some more, like, mushrooms and stuff around here. That's a mushroom also. Is there anything around here? Oh no, that's the Regal Ancestor Spirit fight. Through the woods. Do we get any from around here? I guess this just leads down to Nokron. Excuse me. Beast Bones. Yeah, I think the, I don't want to do the Valiant Gargoyles fight. I think you get some in Deeproot Depths. And you get some in... Where is it? Oh, it's a rat. There's a rat coming after me. There we go. You get some in Ainsel River, so we could just go and follow Rani to there. That is a big rat. Dark Souls games typically known for big rats. The boss isn't here, so we can ride the horse. Actually, she lets you ride the horse regardless, which is pretty funny. Say hello to Adula very briefly. I think there might also be some in Mogwin Palace, some of the later ones, like 8s and 9s. But we'll definitely get some 6s and 7s down here, I think. Yeah, taking some notes. Tea or coffee? Today, water, because it's really warm. Very, very humid day. Oh, of course, we can't use the horse here. Alright. Gonna ignore that. Get this. Ignore the malformed star as well. Maybe do this. I use your own bubbles against you. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. That's just more herbs. Ignore the noise. I'm pretty sure there's one down here. Behind this angry plant. Six. Wonderful. Six and 7. Another 7. I wonder if there's any further down if we get as far as Lake of Rots. I can't remember. For certain. Oh, apologies if anyone doesn't like ants, by the way. They'll be gone soon anyway. Angry plants sounds interesting. Yeah, they're specifically madness plants, so angry plants is close enough. Is this number 8? No, it's another 6. Okay. Well, fair enough. Welcome to Noxtella. Don't look up. I'm pretty sure there's an 8 down here. And then we've got all of the ones we need. What isn't angry in this game? Iron Fist Alexander. Seven. Is it this one? 8. Incredible. Okay, well. Doesn't really matter much if I die because I don't have many runes to lose. Oh, and there's some more golden seeds here. Well, that's helpful. sort of forgotten about the possibility of that. Can I get to it this way? Is it this way? No, I don't think it is. Stone sword key. Yeah, no, you can't get to it from there. How do you get there? I'll be killing ants. Anyway, we have everything we need to fully upgrade the Mimic tier now, so hopefully oh, there's another Ghost 8 there too, so maybe we can even upgrade a second one. Not that we could use both in the fight, but you know, for laughs, for the lols. Seriously, how do you get up there? You gotta like come down by a different route or something? There we go. Time for spirit tuning. Let's go see Hugh, ignore what he says.
Who are you? Oh, now.
We can sell this. That should be enough. Mimic tier is a pretty expensive one to upgrade, but we can do it.
Take him, don't worry. I'll continue, which is why his roots, he won't last. His shackles of his hide.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, not quite enough. Might need to go and kill a couple of birds. Because I don't think I have any big runes left. Okay, let's quickly go to Mohgwyn Palace. We're not going to try and kill Mohg this time, much as I would like to. Throw some arrows up in here. Gotcha. I guess we could also temporarily equip the Golden Scarab for this. Just to get a couple more runes. We should only need like 2 more birds. Nice. That'll be enough. Yes, everything is of unusual size. Marika!
I see.
I am indeed here for some spirit tuning. So that is now at +10. We can equip that to where the Fanged Imp ashes were. And let's give that fight a try. A little easier once Radagon has another target, because then we can cast more spells. Provided that I have the staff equipped, of course. No worries, Astral. Enjoy your cabin. Mimic tier, to me! He's a very good distraction, the Mimic's here. Yes, that's it, Bubbles. Do my thing that I do. Ow. Nice. Survived that somehow. Take this, Radagon. Yes, get a Mimic Tear. Mimic Tear with the crits. Incredible stuff. Okay. Well, now we get ready to comment as you're the Elden Beast. And then you cast Shard Spiral until win. Oh, we got a little bit of a hitch there. Oh, and it saw me. So we got a decent bit of damage there, I think. Love being able to ride Torrent for this attack specifically because it's so easy to jump over the rings. Hey there. And I love to dodge Elden Stars. Oh, although I don't love being up against the edge of the arena. Ah, yes. Now there's this bit. Nice. Okay, we got another quick hitch there. And we're back in business. How many of these are you going to cast, I wonder? Okay, here we go with another one of these. Another quick heal just to be safe. And speaking of safe, we should probably run this way. He almost messed up my timing there, but I got him. Okay. Hello. Stay here. Stay here. Thank you, God. I mean, kind of literally about that. Oh, and he... Ugh. I hate that. Please, please. Let me heal. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, at least the fight with Radagon is pretty easy. And I think it cancelled out of that initial like flame attack really quickly once I started casting Comet Azure, so I kind of got left at a disadvantage there. But we know that that works out. I also need to re-equip Radagon icon. I told myself at the time, mentally, I was like, I bet I forget to unequip Golden Scarab, and guess what I did? Alright, Mimic Tear back again to do his foul work. His foul but incredibly essential work. Aha, just the distraction I needed. Get a Mimics here. Oh, somehow still got me, even though he wasn't even headed for me. Oh, I forgot he can turn mid-attack for that one. Nice. We lost the Mimic, but he did his job. Just gonna quickly heal in case something goes wrong. Not going to reach from there. Okay. Not the best start to this fight, but then the Comet as your setup does seem to take a little bit. Ah, I thought I was rolling. Apparently I was not rolling. We'll also do a little better if we keep the Mimic tier alive for this fight, but that's also very dependent on how aggro Radagon is. Prepared to celebrate my glorious victory with cake? Awesome. I could go for some cake right now. Could honestly go for some ice cream right now because, man, it's still very, very warm. Somebody there dressed as Gideon. I'm like, did Gideon make it? Did Gideon have a change of heart and actually decide to break the cycle, do the thing? So many bubbles being sent your way right now. Really? Oh, this is annoying because whenever he does the grab, he doesn't take any damage. Because, like, why would you be able to damage him mid-grab? You're the one supposed to be grabbed. Get a Mimic tier. Yeah, Mimic's here. He keeps trying to use Comet Azure, and I'm like, my dude, that is perhaps not the spell for this small man. Alright. We got there. Me and the Mimic, we're in it together. And then I think we're going to start this way. Took a little bit of damage from the fire, but it's a slightly better start than we had. I'll take it. Not too bad. A little bit low on mana, but we've got enough for some shard spirals. He's definitely giving me a lot of practice at this move, huh? Alright, now we need to get on Torrent. And now I need to heal. And we need to run. Oh god. Alright, I'm basically out of resources here. So if we can get a couple of melee hits in and get a couple of guaranteed shard spirals, we'll be okay. Ow. Alright, bye Torrent. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, yeah, Torrent is now officially dead, so... Alright, now I have to dodge this and not take any damage. So here's hoping I can do that. I did not. Oh, I don't like that. Yep. I knew I was going to run out of stamina, and then he was going to hit me with something I had to avoid. Then we could do a little bit better on flasks too, so... We're getting there. Unfortunately, this isn't one of those runs where I came back and beat it, like, first try. Then again, we have a couple of other resources that we could use. I might even, and I never use these, but we might put Starlight Shards on here just in case I need to recover some FP if I end up running out of magic. Because this is a sorcery playthrough after all, despite my unfortunate lack of more flasks. Yeah, best to save your cake. Think of this as a A Weight Watchers plan or something, I don't know. You only get to have cake if I win, that's the rule. Yeah, he saw that one. He saw that one coming. Current strategy, get as many bubbles going as possible. And roll towards him, for goodness sake, roll towards him. Except for this one. Oh, we got a stagger. We got a stagger. So that means that bubble's going to kill him. If it hits. Which it didn't. Get him, Mimic Tear. No, Mimic Tear. You were the best of us. I'll remember you. Anyway. Now, instead of Comet Azure, we die. We die is what we do. No, I need to get around behind him before I start casting stuff, but drinking and then Comet Azure takes a while. And so if I can get off a few other attacks, I might be able to do as much damage with those. Alright, reset back to where we were. Dang it, I'm no good at dodging those right now. So let's just restart and try that again. We'll use the Rune Arc again. And to get Radagon's Great Rune, all we need to do is go to the tower in Caelid. But Morgoth's would require us to fight Fell Twins, so I kind of don't want to do that. I don't think it's really health that's letting me down here. Okay, cool. Dodge that one, okay. Bless the Mimic Tear trying to use regular Oracle Bubbles on this guy. Barely got the dodge in because I was drinking at the time. Obviously, at the time, I was very, very drunk. Okay, can't really get the stagger on him right now. Ow. And that one was just mistimed. Mimic's here, no! Okay. That one's for Mimics here. Okay, great. Let's, once again, aim to spam cast Shard Spiral. From behind the Elden Beast this time. Curly fries. All right. I was kind of doing a weird wobble there. Oh, look at that damage though, baby! Elden Stars all you want. Actually, maybe don't. Can't see him now. Where is he? Okay, he's over there. Cool. Oh, he's doing this at the same time? Oh, okay, easy. Easy, I'm on Torrent. I can double jump. Torrent, no! Ow, okay, okay, heal. Good. Maybe don't resummon Torrent for the moment. Good. Alright, excellent. Wonderful. Yeah! Alright. And bubbles. With that, Albi Spellin, the most stylish man in all the lands between, has become the Elden Lord. Get bubbled. And Ginger can have cake. Congrats on the cake. Okie doke. Well, let me reclaim my 0 runes. Let me throw on a couple of levels to celebrate. I might actually bring my intelligence up to the point where I can use Comet Azure. Now we'll put a couple of points into Vigor. And we will mend the Elden Ring. Since we don't have any other, what would you call it, like, endings. We don't have any other quest lines completed. So the bubble definitely worked pretty well against Radagon. Shard Spiral still absolutely crushes Elden Beast. Look at those gloves. Look at those worn gloves. It's a good shot of old Albi right there. The Age of Fracture. And we get to start our first DLC character. I'm excited about that. Can't believe that you left for 10 minutes and you just missed it. Hey, no worries. That's what VODs are for. At least you get to see this. The Elden Ring imbuing us with power. Also want a good shot of Albi. in all of his regalia and finery. The fallen leaves tell a story.
The fallen leaves tell a story
Told you.
of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Our seed will look back upon us and recall an age of fracture.
Also, I'm going to get that as a screenshot because, man, the full outfit is so good. This game is very cinematic. Truly is. So thank you to Mimic Tier for the carry, as always. We are not going to begin Journey 2. The last thing I like to do with all of these runs is return to Round Table Hold, and we take a quick look at the character's stats screen, which now has, with the webcam set up this way, you can actually see what's going on here. A young bandit become the Elden Lord by turning to sorcery and min-maxing the heck out of himself, basically. Guess you'll be getting your very first look at the DLC. You won't, unfortunately, because you can't enter the DLC right away. You do have to do a lot in the base game before you can get to the DLC. So we are going to be doing the setup for the DLC run today. And we'll actually get to the DLC probably in stream 3 or even 4 of this. At which point we'll have a little explore and then we'll come back to the main game, because the weapon that we're looking to get in the DLC is actually fairly accessible to get. I think we shouldn't even need to fight any bosses, which is good, because the bosses in the DLC are both hard and require you to gather these fragments so that you can scale yourself up in the DLC area, so that you can set a level of challenge that's similar to you leveling up and you can't come in like super over leveled. Anyway, it is time, friends, for our new character. And for once, I haven't set up a preset character, so we can do a little bit of character creation. I'm going to save the name for later. This guy is probably mature. His origin is a hero. He's probably going to start with a golden seed, because I will need flasks. In terms of base template, let's go with... Let's go with Newman, I guess. But not old. I'm going to choose different hair. There are actually new hair options as of the DLC. Like, they've got a few more hair options down here now. Like, you can actually have dreads. What? Look at these long, flowing locks. Can I zoom out? I can zoom out. There you go. Hair down the back. I think this is really meant to be like Mikola's hair. I like the fact that it's got a few braids in there, actually. We might go with that. We might start with the plaited kind of thing. Maybe with a little bit of red in the dark there. We'll go with gentle luster. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Fewer white hairs, because sooner or later every hair just starts to look white. I like the eyes. They've got like gold eyes. It's like a little bit shiny and gold. Let's go with that. And you can have like clouding and stuff. Eye position. Yeah, sure, whatever. That works out. Shorter eyelashes, fine with that. Skin features. Close some of those pores. Make the face a little bit more plain. Add some dark circles. And cosmetics is fine. I like the fact that you can have a full blindfold as an eye patch or an eye patch. Like, I feel like we're probably going to do a Dagger playthrough where I just make Majima from the Yakuza games and that's going to be how that goes. But let's go with, since it's a DLC character, I'm like, maybe we put this like branch style design on there. Maybe we put something a little bit more, I don't know. Maybe we put some like hero style scars like that. And we can tweak that so it's like slightly bigger, slightly smaller, whatever. I think that works. You can also do similar face to adjust things ever so slightly. I like that guy. That guy seems good. Alright. This is our hero. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at this man. Wait, hang on. Can I... Oh, switch view. There you go. Yeah. This is Amogus. Because Ancient Meteoric Ore Greatsword, AMOG. It's a tribal name. He's a hero. I was taking 1.5 hours on the character creation screen. Is that a problem? No, it's basically how everybody plays. I just want to get to the game real fast. Alright, it's time for the bouncy ball. Sing along if you know the words.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will.
Yes, Zerotron, I did it.
Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask, Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
And one other. So here's the thing. The intro basically tells you, like, a bunch of important NPCs, right?
Again.
Horaloo is a bit of an exception. Obviously, he shows up a lot later, and you're like, oh, that guy from the intro.
Of
But he's telling you, basically, 3 of them are the ones who have their own endings. It's Fia, Dung Eater, and Goldmask.
across the fog to the lands
And
between.
you could argue that either Gideon or Horaloo is just, like, the default ending, the Age of Fracture ending, right?
Elden Ring.
But, like, it's really weird that there's 3 that have their own endings and then 2 that sort of don't, which makes me wonder, like, obviously, like, Frenzied Flame and Rani's ending are basically the, like, the exceptions. Like, you break the cycle in one way or the other. And so I kind of wonder, like, what could Gideon's ending be if not? I think Gideon's ending is maybe it doesn't end. And then Horaloo's is more like Age of Fracture, but then Horaloo doesn't necessarily have an ending because he had his own thing. So I'm like, I don't know. Shame there's not a mod with Kate Blanchett reading the intro. Yeah. Oh, hey, look, I have an axe and a shield, and that's it. We got hit once. Hey, I got a stagger this time. Do people ever beat this intro boss? Oh yeah, I've done it. Not on stream yet, but I've done it. And I will have to do it at some stage because the ornamental straight sword weapon that it uses is going to be a playthrough in this A to Z playthrough thing at some stage. I have a decent strat for beating it too, but you don't get any like healing flasks or anything, so it's actually pretty difficult to do. I always give it a try, but yeah, a really good way of doing it is to start as Samurai, use the longbow with Mighty Shot, because it even goes through the shield pretty effectively, and like just try and keep your distance. And by doing that, I have beaten Grafted Scion a couple of times. Absolutely love the battle axe as a starter weapon. Me too. I will need to get a bleed weapon from somewhere, but I already have 16 strength, so it's not gonna be that difficult. Since a lot of the bleed weapons are also either strength or dex weapons, and this character doesn't start with a ton of dex. It's like 9 dex right now, but we can make up a couple of points in dex pretty easily. Mostly just doing the Cave of Knowledge for, like, runes. Not that it gets you a ton of runes, but, you know. Easier to start this way. We can put Smite on the axe. Yeah, it'll help us against undead. So the build on this playthrough, we're going after, as I said, the Ancient Meteoric Ore Greatsword. So we're going to be headed for the DLC. And the requirements for the Ancient Meteoric Ore Greatsword are that you have, I think, a little bit of, like, Faith and Arcane or something. Like, it's 4 stats that have requirements. I think you need to get Arcane to, I want to say, like, plus 9 or something like that. I forget. And so starting with a hero and having 11 Arcane is pretty good. Or maybe I need to get 9 additional Arcane. I forget exactly how it works. But we won't be seeing the sword for a while anyway, so considering that it is primarily a strength weapon, I am just going to be mostly leveling strength. And boy, it's weird having a small health bar again. But I'm fairly certain I have more stamina on this hero character than I had at any point during Albi's run, including when I had Great Runes. So, are we still doing bubbles? No, bubbles are now over. We are now doing Ancient Meteoric Ore. I'm now fighting Soldier of Godrick. Ow. Okay, he hit me a couple of times. Unusual. He lived on like 20 health. More like 3 health with that guy, actually. So yeah, now we have 604 runes. Love to have runes in this game. And most importantly, we have the strength gesture. Fun fact, I feel like you get the golden seed in your starter gear from that tree. I mean, technically you get it when you start at the Chapel of Anticipation, right? But you don't find grace before that. So, like, how are you to know that you have a golden seed? Oh yeah, the title is still about Albi. I should change that. That's a good idea. A5. Ancient Meteoric Ore Greatsword. Hopefully Twitch has room for that title. Don't know if we'll be needing that, but either way, may as well grab it. And off we go! Ah, Limgrave. So we're going to be talking to Vare, because we will need Vare's quest to get to the consecrated... Not the consecrated snowfield. That's how you get to Mogwin Palace the other way. We will add a seed to our flasks. What up, Vare?
Come to the of course you unfortunate without guy you are fake. Lummy. Are you familiar? You may also
Lummy.
It will lead even if it Grace the castle the home. It's time to castle if you see.
Okay, so now we've spoken to Vare. Didn't mean to open the summoning pool, but fine. I kind of want to fight the Tree Sentinel. I won't, but I kind of want to. Mostly I want to not screw up the start of this run. There's not a whole lot that can go wrong. We'll get this. We'll talk to Kale. We'll get the crafting kits, of course. We won't worry about a torch. Cool. Bye. We'll touch Grace here, and we'll go and get the horse. Oh, you discovered Greyoll? Or the pair of you discovered Greyoll? That's fun. Doing our usual thing, killing the stuff. Then beast bones. Pretty sure some of these enemies exist just to remind you that backstabs are a thing. They are a thing we will do a lot. What level does the hero start at? 7. Okay, cool. Beat Elden Ring with your fists. That is the plan for several of these runs. There are fist-based weapons. Unfortunately, just unarmed combat like this is really bad. Like, it does not do damage. I'm sure there are people who have beaten the game just by, like, pummeling away at whatever boss and dodging all of the attacks perfectly, but that's a sucker's game, dude. That's not something I'm interested in doing. So, Melina's here now, and she offers us an accord.
Hey, sir, but you, I can play turning root to 80. You need own to the foot of the... Then it's summon me. Ah, I bequeath.
She bequeaths, and we get ourselves a horse.
Shall I let my hand share them with...
Oh, we don't quite have enough runes to level up. Sorry, Melina. Maybe another time. Alright, get this the heck out of here. Put the Spectral Steed Whistle on the pouch, and we're away. Actually, I think I put that on down, more comfortable than up. Let's get this guy out of the picture. Oh, he's very dead. Crouch in the bushes like this is Sekiro. Obtain map. Let's kill this guy first. Only reason I'm sticking around here is I want to get the wet blade. The wet blade. Oh, the bats are playing football. Where did that even go? Who knows? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, bud. Oh! He was waiting for the bat to kill me, the swine. No! They teamed up. The Batman and Guard Boy team up. Stop it. Okay, where was I? Alright, killing this guard, I remember. Good, we did it. They're off to investigate that wolf dying. I'm over here. I'm over here, it's me. I'm the problem. Who's next? Anyone? Not the dog! Pretty successful, I'd say. Not too bad. Down here. What do we have down here? Oh, yes. The wet blade. The camp has not been alerted, despite all of them being dead now. There are a couple who aren't dead, though. Look at me, I'm covered in blood. We need to do something about those guys not being dead. I always forget there's also one guy right there by, like, the campfire. Alright, before I make myself too dizzy... There's a couple of guys that are up to no good. Nice. And then you. And then we can acquire this. And I can't remember if this is... Super heavy dex requirement, 18. I think I will need 18 dex at some point, but I don't want that right now. So we'll go to Castle Morn and we'll get the Morning Star. Yes, Vinka, you did miss the end of Albinauric Staff. It was a swift end. Oh, I might as well just go and get the Spirit Calling Bell now as well, because I don't think we will be doing much with either summoning or Rani's questline, but this is likely to be a fairly comprehensive playthrough where some of the others have not been, so...
I'd heard hand upon the talk thou art possessed call forth. I was entrusted by torrents.
Thanks.
The bell summon them with the spirits will now it is thine. Forgive, I doubt we shall. How long will he for the time?
Alright, see ya. Also, Carle just wakes up after that. Let's not talk to Melina. Let's instead put some points into dexterity, just so I have a point in dexterity. Bringing it up to a baseline 10 is a good idea, I think. And then from here... I guess we'll probably need to go and grab the gold pickled fowl feet while we can, right? So let's do that. My favorite new thing to do, which I only discovered fairly recently. Grab that. And return. Pretty good, pretty good. Grab that just in case. I think we'll get the Seaside Ruins Grace here and speak to Yura. Did the horse water bucket MLG? Yes. That is how Spirit Springs work. Alright. Now let's go say hi to Yura.
You do well to stand, so stay clear. Don't.
Don't. Then from here... south. And at the next available opportunity, I'm going to remove the mana flask that I have here and make that a health flask, because goodness knows I'm not going to use mana flasks very often. At least not for the moment. We might do something with them later. Especially since the weapon we're on our way to acquire has a pretty solid Ash of War, from what I understand. Kind of hoping that the ballista bolt there would kill them, but oh gosh, these guys are trained fighters. It's almost like they're in the military or something. Again. Not today. Oh! His buddy came and backed him up. Oh boy, the entire bridge is after me now. What am I to do? Wild strikes! That's what I'm to do. Get a ton of poise from wild strikes. Shout out to having 999 runes. It's a good skill. Solid skill. I'm going to leave the leveling up for the moment because I don't think this has any additional stat requirements, but I just want to be sure. Just want to be sure. And while I'm here on the peninsula, I might as well go and do the other errands that we typically do while we're here. Herb! No, come back. Come back, insect. Thank you. Oh, is it still... Oh, it's still nighttime. Oh, it's still nighttime. I've made a terrible mistake. Oh, well. Let's just go this way. What could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Can just about get up there. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Excuse me. I wonder if you can bait the Knight's Cavalry into getting shot by that guy. It would be kind of amazing. And yes, we do have a wild stallion. Oh, yellow embers. Have they changed the sprite for yellow embers? I feel like they look different now. Maybe it's my first time properly paying attention to them. Gonna kill this guy, gonna kill this guy. Gonna kill all these rats in here. How wild are my strikes today? Oh, not that wild apparently. Ah, the big one's here. He's found me. Up close and personal with this rat. And we're good. For a given value of good. Still slightly mad, but that's fine. What else is new? So we have that now. Let's go back here. And hope it's not still nighttime. It is, but we'll just go this way. So the Knight's Cavalry, the horseman up there, is a boss that only appears at night. There are several of those. A couple of which are on the Weeping Peninsula. I never have time to fight all of them. Let's go up this way. Pausing only to fight this thing. Very good. A worthy adversary for a Mogus. I chop you. So we're going to go and get the Sacred Tears from the other two churches here. And then I think we're done on Weeping Peninsula for the moment. Weird that this is Radagon and not Marika, but there's probably a reason for that. Lore. Lore is always the reason. Bong. There it is. There he goes. Doing his thing. Ringing his bell. Don't mind me, fellas. Just going this way. How many churches does Marika have anyway? Okay. That's +3 for our flasks. Really annoying that it defaults to no on some of those. Right, let's check we can use the Morning Star. We can. Only needs 8 decks. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We will put points into strength now. And then back here... we shall go this way. Having started with the battle axe, I sort of... is it the battle axe? What's it called? Yeah. I sort of want to get the great axe from this carriage, but I don't care so much about that as I care about the gold pickled foulfoot that's up there. I also briefly want to grab... it's around here, I think. Yeah. This should be a Somber Smithing Stone 1. Because this is our Somber weapon. We're going to be getting a Somber weapon on this playthrough. I think this might also be... wait, was the... I'm pretty sure the Alabaster Lord Sword is a Somber weapon as well. Because I was like, is this our first Somber weapon? But I don't think it is. Not a great look at. There are you, bud. Give him a kick. For good measure. Alright. Back to Gatefront. Over to the Tibia Mariner fight. Which honestly I might do with the Battle Axe because it'll be better damage. We'll do Tibia Mariner. We'll do... the Sending Gate there. We'll do Greyoll. Fort Faroth. I never bothered to fight that guy. What am I doing? Let me tell you, on my first playthrough, the amount of time I took trying to fight the Crucible Knight in that Everjail, I feel like I never fight that guy anymore. At some stage, we'll do a Crucible Knight playthrough, and I will try my best to get all of the aspects of the Crucible. Because I think that'll be a really fun playthrough.
Everyone who...
like for Ordovis's Greatsword or something.
You're heading to entice well that, but I don't have... it's scary. I want on nothing. Can you take... and it'll be glad.
Right, Roderica's all good. We need to go up here to get the Strength Not Crystal tier. Torrent is a tank. Torrent is pretty incredible. Roar! Where can we drop down from here? I don't really trust this, but it took a bit of damage, but not the worst. Let's go and see Banal real quick. And then across Saints Bridge. We'll see Alexander on the way, because we will need to fight Radagon, so I think Alexander's questline is going to be worth doing. More exalted flesh, though.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hi.
Help me. I am peace. Life just give and I'll pop. Don't dally. Give it your all, I say.
Nice.
Oh, that's well, I and beyond upon this other I'd heard doesn't then.
Man loves to talk. I love to ride my horse. Yeah, Alabasters is a somber weapon. Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, this can't be our first somber weapon. Shout out to the Mad Pumpkinhead. Just kind of in the middle of the bridge today. Gonna grab those. Say hi to the merchant over here briefly. And then, like usual, recognize that nobody is going to actually save me from the skeletons except myself. There we go. Oh, that's why. I was like, A, I'm not doing enough damage, and B, for some reason I tried to do wild strikes and it did something different.
There's no mistake, is there?
Hello, D.
Unknown heed my the village here, and worse if you back the turn back.
I will not be turning back, thank you. You've been really wanting to get into D&D recently, you don't know where to start, have recommendations for your first character? Honestly, start by reading the character creation sections of the D&D player handbook. Like, get the player's handbook, find the sections about race and class, learn a little bit about that. Assuming you have a dungeon master, if there's anybody who's planning to DM your game, talk to them about it, because they will have great advice. But if you don't really know where to start, it starts with like finding a group to play with more than anything. And it's about finding a group of people that you gel with and are going to be similarly interested in trying Dungeons and Dragons out for the first time. As far as your first character, like, just go with whatever makes you the most interested, because I have certain stuff I love doing in D&D, but it's not necessarily going to make sense for everyone, you know? Also, I think that was the cleanest we fought Tibia Mariner the whole time, because Wild Strikes is a ridiculous skill. Oh, I have fully cleft his head in twain.
How would you like if you're inclined? Then I'll introduce. I have a matter in the beast. What say you? Very
Alright, alright. Golden Order, blah, blah. Let's hop up here and find the gravestones. There we go. Who could possibly fall off these gravestones? Not me. While we're here, we'll grab a few of the extra golden runes. We'll briefly wave at Kenneth Height. In fact, I think we will do Fort Height this time, just because I think the Dectus Medallion might be how we end up getting to Altus this time around.
Is anybody there?
Hi, Kenneth.
Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth.
It's me, a hero.
Despite young Tarnished, I want you to unite.
I like he says young Tarnished, even if you're like
Oh,
an old-looking character as well.
I would that to pray honestly. Go first, then he and to think. Yeah. What are you, my fort?
Kenneth Height really has an unprecedented amount of dialogue for this game, in terms of like actual exposition. He's like, avoid the soldiers. They're basically taking anybody who looks like you and sending them to Godfrey to be grafted. By the way, when the shattering happened, here's who fought who, in what order. Here's how Godrick was involved. And, yeah, it's like, it's a surprising amount of, like, actually telling you what's going on. We'll get this and that. Wonderful. Now we have our ridiculous strength buff. Let's go and do Greyoll first. Even though Fort Height is pretty easy. We'll come back there later. But yeah, I don't really fancy getting to Altus through Ravine-Veiled Village this time. Even though fighting Magma Worm is always kind of fun. Yeah, Kenneth Height seems like the kind of person who would tell you who begat who. He really seems like a chapter and verse kind of guy. What's this tarnish called? Amogus. Because, the weapon we're going for is the Ancient Meteoric Ore Greatsword. And,
To determine if you had, it seems
that's
dark,
AMOG.
There is but one I can take. Gathering plate. Shall I let
Actually, level me up,
share
please.
them
Thank
with
you.
me? Your thoughts.
Alright. Now I've shared with you my thoughts. I have 136 runes left. It's time to go and trick a guy into falling off a bridge. For this, I will probably need to equip... let's do this one. There we go. Here's our next golden seed. A bit of the world just disappeared for a second there, but now it's back. We're going to be spending a bit more time in Caelid than I typically do on these runs. Just because we have to go and get a specific weapon, which I'm planning on using for the duration of this playthrough, because everybody talks about this weapon, and I've never used it. That's the weapon that will get us to the DLC, and then after that, we'll see. I also think that this dragon is called Flying Dragon Greyoll because inevitably people would try to fight it when people explain how to get runes easily. They're like, you go and fight Greyoll. And they're like, Greyoll? And you're like, yeah. And then they get their butts handed to them by a very living dragon instead of handing the butt to a almost dead dragon. That's my personal theory, anyway. Flasks. We have them. Flasks, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. So we'll pass the time until nightfall. Make sure that the Knight's Cavalry is on the bridge. There he is. Love that guy. Hey there, big man. Ho 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 ho. It's a feisty one today. Trick him into running up the slope a little bit. There we go, that should be fine. And then come up here, jump off the horse, crouch there, and he's gone. Well, he will be in a second anyway. Hello? Bud, you're kind of making me look like a fool here. Do you want to, feel free to get yourself out of there anytime. Not that way. Not that way. Come on, just do a jump attack. Hello? Did he just teleport out? Nope, he is genuinely still there. Okay, cool. My man. Can he, like, not jump off anymore? Okay, surely now he can fall off. Unbelievable, dude. Oh, he faded. No way. Alright, well, maybe we're not getting the max amount of runes for this, but... Ah, there's poison there. I forgot about that. Oh. Yikes. The Volga militia is just kind of hanging out over there being like, hey, you here to fight us? I'm like, no. I'm here to fight this man. No, it was me who fell off. I got jebaited. It's okay, the buff had worn off by that point anyway, so not a big deal. Seriously, he was there for so long, and it looked like he was about to fall off, and then he just didn't, and I was very mad about that. I think maybe once he gets stuck, there is like another spot that you can jump to where he'll try and follow you that way, but... Man, it's rude that he doesn't always do that. I say that as if we're not absolutely cheesing this boss, but... The real cheese is yet to arrive. Oh, he almost got stuck in the right place. We're gonna have to do another round, though. Ah, Torrent, you absolute beast. Come on, bud. Yeah, this way. The music just resumes. It didn't even stop properly in the first place. There we go, finally. That's how I expected that to go the first time around. 42k though, not bad. And Bloodhound Step as well, which is actually going to be kind of a fun skill to put on the Greatsword when we pick it up. Okay. Hup. Another thing I could have done, and probably should have done, now that we have the Wet Blade and the Morning Star, is go and get the Wild Strike's Ash of War from just in front of Stormveil. I might actually do that once we've been to Fort Faroth. And got the Grace there, because, like... That would probably proc bleed way faster than just hitting Greyoll normally. Alright, we have this. Let's see how many runes we can spend. Decent amount. Another 3k gets us over the line. Another 4k almost gets us to the next level. That should be good. Put one more into Vigor. And now we've got 47 runes, which is a very losable amount. We'll equip this for now. We won't need it for a little bit. And we'll do our usual death run through Fort Faroth, which is looking pretty chill today, I guess. Oh, almost got poisoned. Almost got a healthy dose of poison. Very unhealthy dose. Dectus Medallion, you don't have the right. Turn around. Every now and then I fall apart. And this away. Excuse me. Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody know. Big old rats. Nice. Saw GoldenEye James Bond. Imagine if Greyoll could have golden eyes, the amount of runes you'd get. I don't think that's possible for bosses, but that would be wild. Okay, up Storm Hill. We'll get the bug in front of the Castlewood Tunnel. That will give us wild strikes. It also usually gets you killed, because it runs to over here and then you get ballisted. Like that. But then we can just run off over here. Find some place to crouch and use the map. There we go. And get back to Fort Faroth. Now then. Ashes of War, Wild Strikes. We could make it a heavy Morning Star, which means it scales with our strength even more. Sure, why not? Doesn't affect the bleed build up though, so that's good. Okay, time to hit Greyoll a bunch. I think before we do that, actually, I will put some flasks into FP, if only because if this works well, I'll only be able to do it a couple of times. Only arcane effects bleed? Yeah, no, I mean, like, it didn't remove the bleed status from the weapon because I made it a heavy affinity. Okay, there we go. It uses so little stamina bar to do wild strikes. That it's actually kind of worth doing that. Compared to the standard L2 attack, or L1 attack, I think Wild Strikes is definitely superior. It's also easier because you kind of plant your feet when you're doing it. So you don't have all of the weird, like, position issues that you have when you're just trying to, like, do a normal combo. Like all of the kind of jumping around that you do. Okay, it's still there, good. Almost there. There we go. One of these days I'll be brave enough to go and get the Golden Scarab Talisman before fighting Greyoll. Well, I say fighting, you know, before killing Greyoll. But yeah, it's definitely a little quicker with Wild Strikes. So we're going to pump some points into Vigor. We'll put a few more into Strength. And then we're going to go get our weapon. While we're here, we'll grab a couple of items that we wouldn't normally get. From up here. Imagine having a smithing stone 8 before you've upgraded your weapon once. Couldn't be me. We are, of course, not going to be talking to Millicent. Perhaps ever, but possibly not just right away. Instead, we're going to be resting here after getting the Sacred Tear and then getting the heck out of Caelid. Actually, let's just go to the Round Table Hold now.
Very well. Let my hand rest upon you.
Do the thing! Imagine being, like, half dead in a church and then somebody shows up, sits down at a nearby campfire and gets teleported away by a woman. Alright, cool, you're good. Now, this chap.
Welcome to I teach and explore so that one day ensuring. By the way, you do most Tana you are well.
Don't know if we'll get into incantations, but I think I will have some investment into magic-based stats at some stage, so...
I'm... well, the honor of one... By the way, she's my servant. Take your eyes off if you find her. Be sure to... She's a servant. She's been my... I've lost count of them, honestly.
And now, Hugh. I guess we'll do Fear as well.
You're no match loud, you're... I see nothing special. Trap missile. No, I've no grudge in my being a priest. Besides, despite my
Besides.
Greeting. I am circumscribed, champ. Perhaps doing so. And you, do you think it where I come from?
Ah. Now, yeah, I don't know quite what the setup for this weapon is going to be long term. Like, I know I'm interested in just getting the weapon, but I don't know, like, what supporting abilities, what other weapons, what, like, armor and stuff I'm planning on getting to help with this playthrough, so we'll see. Obviously, with it being meteoric ore, I'd be interested in any, like, meteorite sorceries and stuff, but I feel like that diverges quite a bit from the stat investment required for the weapon and, like, what the weapon scales with, so I don't know.
You ask. I was after I lay to do so before I was away. Pray, despite so please. Then good day.
Okie doke. All good there then. Amogus has received his hug. So I think from here, we need like 10k to level up. We've got our physics sorted. I could get another level in now, but I might save some of the golden runes and whatnot from where we've been so far. I might save those in case we need to level up. Because we need to go back to Summonwater Village. Yes, Amhargus. We need to ride through here to Caelid, get to Rotview Balcony, and that's just the smartest way to get to where we need to go. And I don't recall if there are any other stat requirements for this weapon, but I think it's primarily just a ton of strength. There might be some dex involved. So many things I want to fight on the way. I'm like, oh, I could go and do the Putrid Avatar. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for Putrid Avatar. Not with this weapon. Not with, like, an unupgraded weapon. Player stat investment is only going to take us so far. We'll grab this butterfly. Why is it always bug? Alright. So if we hop down here... Yeah, and now we leave. Torrent! Torrent, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. We'll get the Grace over here, and that'll probably get us out of aggro with this dog. Probably. Any minute now. That was like a ridiculous movie cut. Okay, yeah, we need 12 decks. Okay, I thought there was going to be decks involved somehow, so we'll use this. That will get me up to 1 point away. That's fine. And then what else can I get out of these? Probably not enough. So I need basically like 4K. Alright. Alright. Where can we go? What can we do to get 4K? Let's go do Fort Faroth. Not Fort Faroth. Fort Height, anyway. Because we'll get like a few hundred runes from that. I don't think we'll get quite enough. I could kill 4 giants. Maybe. Giants for forks. Excuse me. I feel like we could also do Dragonkin Soldier in Shifra River very easily with Wild Strikes. I don't know if that thing bleeds, but I'm fairly certain you could just sit behind the crook of its leg and Wild Strikes with whatever weapon and you'd be pretty solid. Maybe after a couple of upgrades. Thanks for that. And now we've heard the Howling in the Mistwoods, so we can talk to Kale about Blythe. 35 Strength, 10 Dex, 19 Arcane. Yeah, the Arcane is the weird one. But we're already at over 35 Strength, so we've got that part dialed. And we just need an extra point in dex for the Greatsword, for the normal Greatsword, the Guts Berserk Greatsword. Oh yeah, of course, we get the other golden seed here. Of course it's worth coming here. It's also worth coming here for another opportunity to use Wild Strikes. Or just backstab a guy. Pumpkin Man. Kind of got lucky with iframes there, huh? Oh, clang. All right. Crushed it. Nice. It's funny how a huge stat investment is only paying off in like a couple of points of damage extra, but that's, I think, mainly because we're still only using a basic weapon, like the base weapon, no upgrades, no nothing. Just get a double kill on those guys. Alright, thanks. Got a cookbook. Is this guy still firing? Interesting. Nice. We also now have Bloody Slash, which, I don't know. I don't think we'll use on this playthrough, but we might. Rat Cookbook. That's Minnesota Toz's Guide to Cooking with Rat Oil. I'm really looking forward to playing D&D again with them on Sunday. It's been a long time since we had a session. I would have ended up having us skip 2 sessions because of staying in the US for another week, but I think Dish already had like a bachelorette party or something to go to. Another smithing stone, might as well have that. Okay, we've got that taken care of. Now we know where Blythe lives. Let's go see Carle. And I think maybe we'll take out a couple of the giants. A couple of the Stone Digger trolls on What's It Face. Up here past Warmaster's Shack, so that we can get some more smithing stones from the statue up there. Do I remember when Toz took over the 8-Bit Community Twitter account? I think I do. Always think of Toz the sentient cactus. Yeah, that's a world I hope we get to come back to at some stage. I really enjoyed doing Stillfleet with them. It was fun to be in the GM position for a bit as well. Not that far. Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm off by, like, a tile of terrain, basically. I need to be going this way, not that way. Unless I want the arrow's sting talisman, but I don't today. Yes, I remember the leaks. We've got company. Wild strikes. I guess not. Oh, they are doing a decent amount of damage to each other by doing this, though. Oh, we got the face hit. Nice, nice. Oh, he's mad now. He got the sword out. Yeah! Double kill. Alright, that's 2 down, 1 to go. Oh, that was a palpable hit. We're like 400 off, basically. Thank goodness for that graveyard back there. Right. Back to War Master's Shack, and we can finally level up enough to equip the Greatsword. Honestly, that's my bad. I didn't really look into the stat investment for the regular Greatsword before doing this. But here we are, baby. Colossal weapons. This will actually be our first colossal weapon run. We have Stamp Upward Cut, which is actually kind of insane for this weapon. And this is a great sword, yes. So the only thing that really changes between this and the Ancient Meteoric Ore Greatsword is a little bit of arcane stat investment. I'm now a heavy load. We'll remove the shield. I wasn't using it anyway. We are two-handing this for sure. That gets us back to a medium roll. Let's go and fight Margit. The great sword. Not a great sword, but a colossal sword, yes. In fact, how many... Oh, I have 13 smithing stones. Okay, I can get this thing to +3. Roderick is still there. Right, let's go and fight Margit, and then I'll upgrade to +3 and higher after that. Unless it's significantly going to make a difference, but this thing already has probably a decent enough base damage because it's this sword. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. If we're doing 300 to these, like, average grunts, I think we'll be fine against Margit. The Zweihander probably... Is the Zweihander not just a greatsword? I forget. Hi, Margit. Oh, we're gonna be fine. We're going to be A-okay. Absolutely no chance, bud. For real, though.
Well, thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnish.
We'll just get one heal here. Oh, he almost had me going off the cliff then. Oh, he actually got me. No way. I was just getting too cocky. All right. We'll say one more. I guess the problem is that right now this takes such an absurd amount of stamina to use. I will probably need to have a decent endurance score long term for this build. Ow. How have we not got a stagger yet this time? Yeah, I think I'm just not prepared for Colossal Sword's stamina usage. Can you imagine dual wielding Colossal Swords? Absurd. Absurd behavior. I need to put more points into stamina. That's where I'm at with this. Oh. Just let that one tag me for 380 runes. We can trade. I'm fine with that. There we go. That's what I was looking for the whole time. Ugh. Too much collateral damage for that one. Alright. That's how that should have gone the first time around, if I wasn't just being complacent. Alright, bye. Yeah. Do I have enough, Nope, I am a heavy load if I put literally anything on my head. I don't really have a whole lot of other components going on, but let's be real. Like, we worked on character creation this time. Let's show that off. So with a completely unupgraded greatsword, we can do some pretty substantial damage to Margit. I think this one we're going in the front gate to get to Godfrey. Like, I don't really see the point in doing the whole Stormveil route. Unless it ends up uncovering some stuff that we could use later. Yeah. So let's head to Roundtable Holds. Let's see what we got in terms of upgrade materials. And how much this costs to upgrade, for one thing.
Well, I took you no matter, it's all out your own.
Okay, it costs a fair bit to upgrade just generally. Can sell all of these to get +1. +2 even, but then, yeah, we need a decent bank balance in order to get it any further. I think we're going to Liurnia now. Clang. I do need to get used to the Colossal Sword moveset when you're on a horse as well. Like, I've never used these weapons before, so understanding, like, how this thing behaves is going to be very important. The over-cucumbered sword is later. There is a really amazing weapon in the DLC that I discovered the other day that I cannot wait for, but unfortunately I think it's fairly far down the list because it begins with L. But man, I can't wait to have the Lizard Greatsword playthrough. Small found the Grafted Sword? Oh, yeah. I was considering that instead of the Meteoric Ore Sword for this playthrough, but I don't know. I just wanted an early look at the Greatsword because I'd never used it before, and everyone talks about this sword so much. Yeah, that won't be for a few years. We get to the Lizard Greatsword. Do yourself a favor, and if you don't mind the spoiler, look up the Lizard Greatsword on the Elden Ring wiki and find the gif of somebody using the weapon skill because it's tremendous. Church of Erith. Hello, Topes. And yeah, in terms of like talismans and stuff, I think we're going to go for a specific talisman that's in the DLC, which is the two-handed sword talisman, because we're definitely going to be two-handing these weapons, no question. The swing on this thing, though, like, it hits people to the side of you. It's like a crowd control sword. Oh, I had a little poke there. I got a little poke from that guy. How did I do that? Oh. He splashed me with a thing. No flasks for you, young man. Until you've learned your lesson. sent just the gift, Ginger, yeah. Yeah, I cannot wait to start using silly weapons like that. Because this is Elden Ring and the whole, like, 2 fingers thing is a running thread, they have a couple of finger-themed weapons, which are just something else, man. We could buy a few smithing stones. Like, the smithing stone 2s, we'll get them from around here as well. And while it is a little bit, oh, hello. While it is a little bit of a chore to get all of the regular smithing stones, I'm actually quite happy that this greatsword upgrades with normal smithing stones. Because that way we can save all of the sombers for the main weapon and have this one as, like, as the normal weapon that we're going to upgrade. Are there finger guns? Not quite, but you're almost there. You're along the right lines. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my my sister just sent me a text that was about Andy Murray's current Olympic tennis match, and apparently there's some stuff happening. I can hear my partner yelling about it in the other room. Some dude pulls a knife on you, you do the Indiana Jones thing with the lizard greatsword. Yes. Absolutely. Alright, we have that. Let's go get the map. We probably won't be on for too much longer, because there aren't really too many, like, big objectives that I want to focus on. I do want to just go and get some upgrade materials. And hopefully the budget to use the upgrade materials. Man, the sword swing's really slow. Like, you don't have a second swing. It's just, like, one swing at a time. Worth remembering that. Smithing stone 3. Alright, we got one of them. I'm sorry, Radborn, you did miss the end of the staff, but you've witnessed the beginning of a new legend. Where's the thing from here? It's like directly south. Ignore the Albinaurics. Hey, the Nuki, welcome in. Day's been good. Went for a swim earlier today. Streamed some Minecraft. Now streaming some Elden Ring. We swam in the ocean for a bit. Oh well, the channel. Which most people count as the ocean, but it depends. Sounds really good. Yeah, it was not as hot today as it was yesterday, nor was it as sunny as it was yesterday. Oh god, I forgot about the lobsters. Run. But yeah, it was very humid still, so I was actually really grateful for the cool water. Okay, we want to go to some of these. This one. That one's a grace, but we want to get that grace anyway, so we can come back later. We'll go here. We'll go up and get the one in the woods there. We'll probably go to Raylucaria Crystal Tunnel as well. There's another one here. There's one there. Just been to that one. I think there's one there also. But yeah, we're going to be wrapping up stream in the next 15 minutes probably. Just want to go and grab a few of these. There's Boggart. We come back to him a little bit later, but maybe we can just grab this. I don't have too many plans to do the Volcano Mana stuff, but like I said, we might end up making this a bit more of an interesting playthrough once I understand what the build is going to be. Run away. We got this. Very nice. And now to point number 3. And along the way I will probably figure out where I'm getting all of the somber smithing stones from, but I think if we do a couple of the crystal tunnels, they'll be in there. Spots like this where we can get a couple of free ones. It's like the glove warts. Like, I don't have the route memorized, but we'll figure it out. There's some more smithing stone 2s. We'll go and get the meeting place key from the dragon now. And then we'll have that if we want to just breeze through Raylucaria. You hit a crab with that sword seafood gumbo. I wish that was true of the lobsters. Excuse me, sir. Just gonna grab some stuff from back here, no big deal. Honestly, I might be able to take the dragon now, but I don't want to push my luck. Gotta ask yourself, is this dragon worse than Margit? The answer is, you know, probably, but do what we can. Some more +3s. We've got this one up ahead as well. Is it worse than Margate? Many things are. Smithing stone 2s. Okay, perfect. We'll grab this grace here while we're at it. Tour of all the Leonia graces. Got 13 twos now, that's perfect. We'll head over to Crystal Tunnel. And we'll get hold of some Smithing Stone 3s in there. Plus the bell bearing. And I think we'll be done. Say a quick hello to the Mausoleum Guards. Backstory of Elden Ring is by George R.R. Martin. Yeah, I think he was involved with writing some of like the lore of the world, basically. I don't think he wrote the main story, but he wrote like a lot of the elements that make the world feel rich and complex. How does this do against these guys? Really not great. I mean, it definitely staggers them, but wow. Because this is like standard damage that it's doing, isn't it? I really want to figure out how to do that poke again. Where I just went like, boop, on someone. Just like stab them with the tip of the sword. So that's Somber Smithing Stones 2 and 3. Oh, one-handing at the moment? Ha, thank you. Yeah, no, that was an oversight, I think, probably just from being on the horse. Although, honestly, that's my bad. Although I did land on a platform. Just doesn't look like a platform that's in use. Yeah, I think the sword just doing standard damage. These things are immune to... They're not immune. They're vulnerable to strike damage and then like magic and stuff, right? But fortunately, they swing about as slowly as I do, so we're good. Big slice. Funny thing is, I could switch to a completely unupgraded Morning Star right now and absolutely wreck these guys. Case in point. Immediately does more damage. Attacks faster. We'll grab some of the smithing stones still, because we do need them. Stop it, stop it! Why you gotta crush all those rocks, my man? No, absolutely not. We're getting plenty of diggers' staffs, though, which is good news for in about a year's time when we get to the playthrough with that weapon. Looking forward to just using Rock Blaster on everything. I guess we may as well use this for the bosses too, but you know what? I like the Greatsword a lot. It's just big and hefty and fun to swing, so we'll probably use that on the bosses regardless. This takes us round to another somber. So we have a couple of those now. In case we decide to dual wield somber weapons later. Not sure why we would, but just in case. Okie doke. Just gonna sneak through here. Grab this. Probably don't need the ones up here, but oh. It was worth it just to get hit in the back by that guy, I suppose. And we'll activate this just in case I need to come back. Wild strikes! Alright, yeah, we got 12. That's enough. That's enough for the Greatsword. This is where all of the puppets start showing up. Glad we got the stagger there. Fortunately, I don't have a ton of poise. So... into here, jump down, run through, grab all of these. Grab this just in case we feel like doing a sorcery playthrough. And leave. This must be a 3. Yeah, okay, great. Okay. Let's see how the Greatsword does against this guy. Oh, I just have the Source Seal. That's the only other talisman I've got. So let's equip that. Let's drink a flask because I probably should. Obviously, it's not doing a ton of damage right now because we need to break their poise before it'll deal any damage whatsoever. But from that point on, we should be basically plain sailing. Which Olympic sport is this guy doing again? Soul Calibur, I think. Don't know why it's always switching me to one-handing. I think maybe I just, like, I tap a button somewhere or something and it just takes me out of two-handing it. I don't know. Discus. Yeah, probably. Okay, that should be enough for a couple more upgrades. Only got one more golden rune. And Roderica's here, which means we can go and get a golden seed.
Greeting, my name isn't this around here? I never knew, although I'm still looking for my...
Alright, you're doing your thing. We'll go and talk to Hugh, and while he's upgrading the sword, we'll talk to him about Roderica.
Well, I took you for no matter.
Know where that cave is, but how do you get to it? You need the bell bearing? It's like, it's here. And you just have to keep going through the dungeon. And eventually you get to a boss room. There's like a couple of elevators. That's it.
God, she's crazy.
If you want to see the route through that, just watch the last, like, 10 minutes of this VOD back and you'll probably find it.
It's all a bit. I'm still looking. You're telling me? I don't believe. If I do, I suppose I'll ask. Certainly, I know I can tell.
Alright. Hugo and Rodrika start doing their thing.
Back over no matter. The girl. Are you a food sir? I'm a few. I don't.
Alright. That's that. They got their thing going on. They're good to go. This is now +5. I have enough to get it to +9. I just need the cash. I wonder if we can fight Albinauric. Maybe another day. And from this point on, we need to do Greyoll Tunnel, we need to do Ravine Veiled Village, and then we'll have enough to get it to like +15, maybe over the line. We still can go and do Blythe's Everjail, or Blythe's Encounter in the Mistwood, and then Darrowell. Yeah, plenty that we can get on with on the next stream, but I think we're going to call it there for today. We can remove some of these. Alright, it's been a very successful stream. One run ended, another run began, and we are on our first path to the DLC. I am very excited to see where this all goes. But for now, we finally get to use the Guts Berserk Greatsword that everyone likes. Is it normal to have a +5 Godskin Peeler and not beaten normal Radagon? I would say, like, it is strange that you've not... You've beaten... Godskin Apostle, but you haven't beaten Radagon, I guess. But, like, sometimes bosses are a little bit harder to decipher. Radagon is one of those. Yeah, Celery is still streaming in the neighboring room. We're probably going to wrap up around the same time, so I'm not going to send a raid over there. Look at this man. Look at this ridiculous man. We'll take a quick selfie. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna end this run and head over to somebody else who's streaming here on Twitch. Let's see who's live. New Bandai Namco logo. I will send you folks over to Bruno today. Bruno is on the Still Alive SMP, gathering materials for Shopping District Roads. And you can go say hi to Bruno for me. I will be back on the 8-Bit Community's D&D stream on Sunday. And after that, I'll be back here on Tuesday for more Minecraft and Elden Ring as per usual. So guys, say hi to Bruno for me. You can use your Pixel Hype emotes and the hashtag PixelRaid to show some love. I'll see you all soon. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye for now.